This happens a lot in real estate where the first lender will tell you no, and then people just accept it like, okay, no, I can't do it. But if you keep looking and keep asking and keep going, you can find great opportunities because that's the reason why the properties haven't been sold is because the majority of lenders told buyers no. And if you know better to keep going, then you can get some great deals.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil, and today I'm joined by someone I'm looking forward to chatting with, Eric Girard, who is a real estate investor and real estate agent in the Boston area. So excited to have you here today, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching finding unique deals. So let's dive in. First off, for those not yet familiar with you and your work, can you share what your main focus is?
Main focus is in Worcester, Massachusetts, which is about an hour from Boston, buying multifamily properties or condos.
Cool. And how did you get into that?
I started real estate 18 years ago, and about 11 years ago, I finally bought a condo investment, and I bought it as if it was going to be an investment, but I lived there for 4 years and I rented it for 3 years. And then I did a lot of rentals and property management, so it was kind of building up skills to buy larger properties. And then in East Boston, sold that condo for a large profit. And that was a 1 bedroom that was on the market at the time for like 6 months and no one wanted it. And I bought 4 1 bedrooms and a 4 family with those proceeds. So, and here we
Great.
are at the 4 family investment, which is doing pretty well.
Awesome. And how did that process go for your first investment purchases?
Um, for the East Boston one, that went well. At the time, mortgage companies, lenders, and banks, they have like specific rules that they don't tell you and they change all the time. And at that time, if you had like it was 3 units for sale that got renovated and none of them had closed. So it looked like the owner occupancy rate was 0%. So all I had to do really is talk to the listing agent and find out that units 2 and 3 were closing in like 2 weeks, and I just had to close after those on unit 1, the one that I bought. So that unique opportunity helped me buy something at a rock bottom price at the time. Literally, it was the bottom of the market. I bought a 1 bedroom that was completely renovated from the studs for $174,000 in East Boston. To put that in perspective, right now the same place would be 420,000.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So I sold it for $374,000, which was a great profit. And then I bought a 4-family in Worcester. And the 4-family in Worcester, that was tough. Even though it cash flowed, it was a very expensive purchase for my income. So the first bank, like a week before closing, said they weren't going to do it. But luckily, I looked up, who else did loans in the neighborhood? And I found a lender, and I was like, they've done a couple. So I called somebody there, and they were like, yeah, let's look at everything. And then they closed in 2 weeks. So that was cool. It was another opportunity that I found. And this happens a lot in real estate, where the first lender will tell you no, and then people just accept it. Like, okay, no, I can't do it. But if you keep looking and keep asking and keep going, you can find great opportunities, because that's the reason why the properties haven't been sold, is because the majority of lenders told buyers no. And if you know better to keep going, then you can get some great deals.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. You mentioned when we chatted a bit earlier that you're really good at finding deals that don't look like deals. Can you expand on what that means and what that looks like for you?
Yeah, so I've helped my clients do this as well. One thing to look for is bad photos. Just because they have bad photos doesn't mean the property is bad. The first condo I bought, it had bad photos and a bad paint job. It was yellow walls. It was brand new everything, and the walls were yellow. So it looked terrible. And then for this 4-family I bought, it looked terrible too, because he took a couple photos like 5 or 6 years before he put it back on the market, and you couldn't tell anything. And another one is to look at the details. In, the Northeast, we have a lot of old properties that are 100 years old. So look at year built on MLS, or ask the listing agent. This one was built in 1991. So it has no lead, no asbestos, none of that. I have none of those issues whatsoever. Some more techniques to look for. I mean, see everything. Don't just hand wave it away and say, I don't need to see that. It's not in my buy box. And another great thing to do is look at properties that have been on the market for a long, long time. Just because it's been on the market for a long time doesn't mean it's a good deal. It's probably a great deal. It's just that people, like I mentioned before, don't understand the financing for it, or saw it the first couple weeks and don't know that, hey, that deck was repaired, that foundation was repaired, or it's been cleaned. And that brings me to another one that's a great way to find a deal, is to look for places that are dirty, places that smell like cigarette smoke, or might have people that were hoarders and had things everywhere. So what? Especially the smoking thing. You can air it out. There's machines you can buy. You can paint it. You could use Kills paint. And before you know it, that smell is gone and you have a great property. And the last one I would say is that just because the bedroom count or the unit count is small doesn't mean it can't be a good deal. Out here in the Northeast, Worcester, Massachusetts, Boston, around here, tons of people want 1-bedrooms, and you would not believe the prices people get for their 1-bedrooms for rent. You would think like, oh, what's that? It's probably going to be like 2,000.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
There's people who rent $5,000, $6,000 one bedrooms. So just because it's smaller than you would, that would you like, that you're used to, that what you would like, doesn't mean it's not a great opportunity. And you got to run the numbers. Don't just assume every property is the same. Some properties have separate utilities. Some properties, there's an old, what we call snowman like furnace for gas, and it's super inefficient, and all 3 or 4 units are freezing, and it's covered with asbestos, and you got to get rid of it. So, and look at the expenses like the roof. I passed up 2 doors down from where I bought because the roof should have been replaced 5 years before. I mean, it was rubber. That's very expensive. So really got to dig deep and, have an open mind.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you for sharing that perspective. I think that could be helpful for people.
You're welcome.
What do you feel are some keys that have made the biggest difference in allowing your business to be able to run smoothly and begin to grow?
A key what would I didn't hear that part.
Like some biggest keys that have made the difference for you?
The biggest keys that made a difference was to not oh, to sell and then move up with properties. It sounds like it should be easy, but a lot of times you buy property, you live in it, then you rent it, and then you love it, and then you don't want to sell it, and then you don't buy anything else, and then you have a property that's worth a lot. You have a lot of equity, which is good, but the cash flow could be really low. Like for the East Boston condo, was when I sold it, it was around 600 in cash flow. No, 300 in cash flow. And the 4-family here, cash flow around 2,800. So the keys is to keep expanding and keep growing.
Yeah, amazing. And what are you most focused on solving or scaling to next for your business?
I think the next thing to solve is how to get more capital to buy more properties. Um, in the real estate business, I'm a broker and I have been producing a lot more. So that will obviously help, but looking to probably partner with some people and find deals and someone who's like-minded. So, when I go looking for deals and I find them, we can pull the trigger. I don't look at properties the same way as all investors. A lot of investors want to buy stuff off market, steep discounts, and that's not wrong. If you can do that, that's great. But depending on the markets, like for instance, when I bought both of these places, the East Boston place and the Worcester 4-family, the market was going up. As an agent, I knew the market was going up. I just need to buy something. And then the rates were so low, you couldn't lose. So kind of like knowing the market well, I need someone like that, or a few people that know the market well and know that it's going to get better and see things beyond today, see what the future value will be. So something like that.
Yeah, amazing. And what are your goals in terms of your investment career? Are you looking to continue expanding in multifamilies, condos? What do you kind of foresee?
In the near future, I think it's probably going to be a condo. I've seen the condo market soften quite a bit in the central Mass, Worcester County market, not necessarily in Worcester, which is still very strong.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I see a lot of great opportunities. I just sold 2 studio condos in Marlborough, which is about 20 minutes from Worcester. And I mean, they sell for 150,000, they rent for 1,500. You really can't find numbers like that anywhere else. And then once I build up some more capital, I definitely want to do like an owner occupant, so-called house hack with the multifamily, because a lot of the properties in Worcester, if you live in them, you're not cash flowing, but you're only paying like 1,000, 1,500 a month. And with time and with the rent increases and with improvements, and then you move out, you'll see that you can get a cash flowing property, which will go up in value. And you really don't find that anywhere else in the Northeast. It's very hard. Unless the places are very cheap, you find deals. But Worcester is a very strong market, and the city has improved quite a bit. And a lot of people have flocked here. I mean, the single family market is also like insane, and like everything has doubled in 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned capital raising. Is there a certain process that you go through for that?
No, it's all been really just self-financed, either saving up the down payments or doing HELOCs for purchasing property. I did buy another single family as well, um, with a HELOC from the East Boston property. But with the current rates and the current interest rates, and with the current um, growth, I expect growth not to be like 10, 20% a year, and more like 5%, 10%. That's not a very good strategy. So I'm looking for partners, people that I can team up with. They have the funds and I have the sweat equity, and be able to find the deals, like I mentioned before.
Yeah, amazing. So, what are maybe some challenges or obstacles that you have faced that you now, in hindsight, have overcome and can see the lesson?
I would say for financing, um, not believing the first or second, and sometimes 10 lenders that tell you, no, you can't do it. You really need to push past that. If you want to buy a property, you need to find the right lender. And it's not always your normal lender. Sometimes you have to go hard money, or sometimes you have to go to, and local banks is a great one, credit unions. But really, it's random. Some banks are open to more risk, and then they're not open to those risks anymore within months. And some will be open to it and be like, "Oh, bring us that. Let's look at the deal." So I would say, you know, those have been the biggest thing is financing. But all you have to do is find the right lender, and you can finance it. As long as all the numbers work.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how are you like finding your deals? Is it through being a real estate agent?
Yeah. So sometimes I'm listing the property, and then when it gets listed, I'm telling buyers like, "Hey, check these out. This could be a great deal." Sometimes before it's listed, someone can say like, "Oh, I'm looking to sell this," and that's an opportunity. Um, but personally, it's all on MLS. Just what I said earlier, looking for bad photos, bad marketing, incorrect numbers. I mean, for the single family home I bought out here, the public record said it had around 1,400 square feet. When I went to the assessor's website, I pulled up the property card, and it actually said on the second floor, it said halfway complete, half done, meaning they only counted half the square feet of the second floor because they added an addition. Well, it was complete. It's been complete for like 10 years. So there it is, 400 more square feet. So really looking at the MLS carefully, checking tax records, finding the ugly ducklings, the ones that people don't seem to want. Digging deeper. It's very important to dig deep and not just say, oh, this property must be bad, or I can't buy this, I don't have the lending. You have to just be more tenacious. When I bought this 4-family, I just kept looking and looking for the financing. There was no way that I wasn't going to buy it. It was such a great deal. I could see it. I didn't have to de-lead the property, which could be, you're talking about, it could be 50,000, 100,000 just to do that. None of that stuff. So be tenacious, keep going at it. And you can find properties on MLS. I've also listened to a lot of podcasts, and a lot of people say that it's just MLS. And sometimes with the off market, people think, oh, it's off market, it's going to be a great deal. It could be an awful deal. It could be an overpriced deal. Could be anything. Sometimes they're good deals, but off market doesn't necessarily mean a good deal. It could just mean it can't get sold on MLS, or some other reason why it's not being listed. But just because it's listed on MLS doesn't mean it's like not a deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing your process.
You're welcome.
So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, learn more, where can people find you and connect with you?
The best way would be to email me. It's my last name, Girard, BCP, B as in Boston, C as in condo, P as in properties, @gmail.com. GirardBCP@gmail.com.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate your time, your story, your perspective. Thank you for being here.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. I
Of
appreciate it.
course. And for the listeners tuning in, if you got value, make sure you've subscribed. We've got more conversations with operators like Eric who are building real businesses, and we will see you on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.